Somebody come look at this. So they are increasing OSAP for more loans than grants. I keep telling y'all, they keep playing in your faces. Canada is not where it was before. It's not gonna be a while till it ever goes back. It might never go back. Right? There's a new reign happening. US is gonna lose its value as the dominant military force in the world. China or Russia or someone else is gonna take over. Do what you can to protect yourself. Don't think about what you're gonna eat tomorrow. Think about what you and your kids gonna eat in 20, 30 years. And start building the bricks and setting up a plan so you are set. Because this is not flying. Guess where that money's gonna go? Straight to Israel. Straight to people who don't care about. Straight to the politicians' pockets. They gonna book a $1 million flight to Kabul for a week. And then they gonna press you and say, yo, you owe us CERB from 2020. They keep playing in y'all faces, bro. When y'all gonna wake up? I keep saying this time and time again. The way a lot of these people got to the place they are is they stole and they cheated. Look at world history. Look at predictive history. Britain's ships literally went to flank other countries who had their gold, rightfully so, and they stole that shit. And then guess what? Then they spread out the money and said, no, it's ours. You have to follow these rules. Look what they did to Africa. Look what they did to India. Britain did India so bad. The Aryans did India so bad that they think their own folk are too disgusting to touch. They call them untouchables. People from your own country, you call it untouchable because guess what? Why do you think languages are created? The one person who knows more languages has more power because they can control the dynamics. They can tell and spread misinformation. That's what these governments do. Spread the money, divide and conquer. Oh, Republicans versus Democrats. I have a lot of people saying, oh, I'm Republican. I hate Democrats. I hate this guy. I hate that guy. Brother, you're hating your brother who could help you survive. You're hating someone who could change your life expeditiously because of what? They chose to have one side. And guess what? The funny part about all of this is they are all for the same side. The more you go higher up on the elite chain, it's all for the same side. Let me put y'all down. Let's keep this system real back. You gotta understand something. The elites, you watch One Piece? You have Emu, the Gorosei, world government, that new pirate group with Buggy that's catching other, you know what I mean? The one person at the top controls it all. Look back and predictive history. The mafia, right? They went and they blah, 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 did what they had to do. And then now the world is like, oh, the mafia is terrible. Guess what? Who's in the back? An accountant who's trying to do shit for Israel. But no one's coming for the accountant and the mafia who's punching the numbers and telling y'all, hey, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. They're coming for the mafia at all. People know how to hide. A lot of the elites know how to hide. And then they play the good person. You know how they distract you time and time again? They give you sports. They give you something. Back in the day, Rome, look at history. It repeats itself. Rome, how did the king stop uprisings from people who were getting taxed out their ass, who couldn't even afford a loaf of bread for the week for their kids? Oh, let's do a Roman Colosseum with gladiators and horseback riding. And everybody would eat it up. People who never really think or learn how to think say, oh, damn, I can't afford a loaf of bread, but yo, Lebronicus the third just impaled 3 other gladiators. Shit! Lebronicus, let's go! Right? I don't know how much times I'm doing my part to try to educate people. Right? People call Kanye crazy. I used to think his ass was crazy too. Now look at the events that's happening. Look at what's going on. This is just one small step. And I'm gonna tell you the whole goal of everything going on, right? Call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. I know the truth. And the truth hurts. Honestly, I don't even suggest a lot of y'all learn the truth because ignorance is bliss. I'll never be that happy-go-lucky boy I was less than 5 years ago. I'll never get that man back. Right? The more you know how fucked up the world is. But let me tell you the whole goal. Right? So, like I said, Britain, Israel, other countries steal money, right? And then when they do it, this video might probably get sponsored. Censored. I don't even care. And what they do is, after they steal what they can, right? They make slaves, whatever. They get you to work for them, take out interest. They set a new rule, making it harder for you to win the game. If you're not born into this lifestyle with money, it's gonna make it extremely hard for you. I'm not saying it's impossible. They just want you to be in debt consistently. Why do you think the World Reserve, the Federal Reserve was made? To get you to be in a consistent debt status. Search it up. A lot of people are saying that the Rothschild actually sunk the Titanic because a lot of the other millionaires who had made their money from old infrastructure, like physical assets, they didn't want the Federal Reserve because I know they're kind of fighting for good, but they were kind of selfish in the same way because they knew it would mess up their revenue. But overall, what did the Rothschild do? They burned the Titanic, and last minute, J.P. Morgan got off the boat and left because of an emergency or something. How come all his other competitors died and then the Federal Reserve was created? Because of pain in your face. The only reason that these are doing all this stuff for children and stuff like that is because they need a way of satisfactory fulfillment. They need a way to get this adrenaline, a way of getting feeling again. How do you do that? You got to go for a pure child who can get scared. Like that does something to them. That gives them a rush because when you have all the power you're born with, you can't really feel anything. You should get whatever you want. But the reason this is happening because, anyway, they stacked up a lot of money, and now a lot of people are in recurrent cycles of debt. Right? Like you look at the Rothschild, how do they made the money? I think he owned refineries and they bought out the competitors and said either you buy you out or we're gonna destroy you. And a lot of people just got bought out. But so after they get the money, a lot of people are realizing the US dollar, which used to be backed by gold, but then Richard Nixon said it's not gonna be backed by gold anymore, it's gonna be backed by oil. And then now it's not really backed by anything. That's why they print money like crazy. Like, you know what I mean? They print billions and billions of dollars. The money circulating in USD and CAD, it's not really real. Obviously it's not real, but 50% of it's real, 50% is printed out. Right? So your ass is working your ass tooth and nail, and these guys are just, I'm bored, let me print another million. I sound like a crackhead, bro, but this is actually pissing me off because a lot of people choose to live in ignorance. So after they get the money, right, and now they're realizing, oh, slowly the world is getting the value. Russia and the people like BRICS in China, Brazil, they're not falling for this shit anymore. They know we don't have it. Guess what they're gonna do next? AI. And what's the point of AI? What does AI play into all of this? I'm in cybersecurity, right? So don't think I'm just talking out my ass. It is going to make you individual singular matrix, right? So like you think money's real, you are gonna think AI is real because it's getting there. It's slowly getting there. I might not even be real right now. You feel me? And what it's gonna do is gonna keep you on perpetuating cycle of changing your thought. Because I can change your thought and I can hypnotize you, but guess what? If I drop videos like this every day and you stay tuned in and you slowly watch like, oh shit, he's right, he's making a good point. Everything I could be saying right now could be a lie, right? The only thing you can go off is your trust in me as a content creator, as a person of good nature, and as a person with knowledge, right? I could be just a package talking God, but I haven't smoked or drank in damn near a year, so you know what I mean? Straight fact. But I'll just say this, man. They're gonna slowly feed you stuff, like your ChatGPT filters stuff out to send you when you, even though it's really smart, it still filters out stuff. If you ask for the Epstein files, I'm not gonna give you all that stuff. They're gonna say, oh, it's a conspiracy, it's a hoax. Now what they're gonna do is slowly give you information. The more you rely on AI and stuff like that, it's gonna give you information that fits their agenda. Oh, should I start this business or should I go? It's gonna give you really good facts, but if you're gonna say, oh, should I start a business that is gonna compete against the Rothschild, which is very hard to do because they've been ahead of this game for generations, it's gonna say, oh no, the Rothschild is really, it's gonna be very hard to beat them. Go to school and get 100,000 worth of that. Well, I'm not saying don't go to school. I'm in school myself. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to blind the blind, but I want you to notice this, man. First of all, subscribe, follow, and let me know if you need some sauce on life. But these guys are playing in your faces. They're always gonna play in your faces. They think they are better than you because they were born into a better situation. They genuinely get cocky and think they deserve what they got, even though they were just born into the situation. Some people work for it. You got twisted. But you got a lot of people in the Epstein file who really want to make it, and they do fucked up shit so that they can get blackmailed by their counterparts and they won't snitch, right? Like you see the Congress, I don't know what her name is, that blonde girl that says, oh, but the Dow was down, even though we were trying to talk about what Epstein was happening on the island. But anyways, love y'all, Big Brother Astro out. Subscribe, let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah. We're gonna get some African food, man. Yes, sir.